Hello, everyone, and welcome. Bogart Willie here. I'm gonna need you to go fuck yourself. Okay. All right.
Alright, I totally forgot this last time. To get Parsec and Parsec Soda respectively, you're going to go to Google or whatever. 98% of people are going to go to Google. Type in Parsec and it's this link. https://parsec.app. This is the link and this is where you download it. Alright, if you come across, this is not it. This is not it. Well, that's a different thing. This is not it. They took the fraudulent one down the other day, and that would be this. And then for Parsec Soda, obviously Parsec Soda, boom, and it's the GitHub link. If it sends you anywhere but GitHub, it's bogus. Okay? It's the Parsec link on the GitHub, and it's by Flavio FS. And this is the site. Click on releases. Whatever the newest release is, it'll usually tell you. Click on x64 unless you have a really old computer. Then it's x86. For the 3 people on the planet that don't know, x64 is 64-bit. x86 is 32-bit. If your computer was made within the last 23 years, it's x64. Okay, there you go. Bada bing, huh? Okay, better late than never, whatever. Alright, so there's been some confusion lately over how to use Parsec. So I'm going to show you guys the 3 ways, shut up. I'm going to show you guys the 3 ways that you can use Parsec. Okay, unless I forget, I'm probably going to censor all this sensitive information here, but there's 3 ways generally, and I'm also going to show you the best settings for Parsec. First off, we'll start with your settings. All of this generally should be the same on this top one. When you click on host, make sure this is set to 1280 by 720. And this is shared between the 2 of you. Just set it to 50 megabits. If you're having lag if you're having lag, if you're having stuttering, if the other person tells you it looks janky or whatever, then choke this down a little bit or maybe relax it a little bit, whatever. But generally 50 megabits is fine. Now FPS, set this to 120. 95% of you guys have 60 hertz panels. I don't care, set it to 120. The reason is when you set this to 120, it gives less issues for the other person connecting to your computer to input their commands. This basically lets it do twice as many pings on their side, so their stuff can actually get their commands to your computer. If you set this to 60, then it's going to feel laggy regardless on their end. Echo canceling, change this if you want. That's just something that depends. Parsec virtual USB gamepads. Generally keep this disabled. Sometimes this can cause issues with certain fight sticks and controllers. Keep it disabled. If you're having problems with controllers, try to enable it. Go through all your steps again, but generally keep it disabled. Virtual gamepad type, as much as possible, keep this on 360 mode. If you put it on DualShock 4 mode, it can cause issues and it can refuse to take commands, refuse to recognize sticks and controllers. 360 mode is just easier. Obviously, keep your quality on lowest latency. Approved apps. What this does, if you turn this on and then you say, like, let's say Street Fighter's in this list. I don't have it in this list because it's not running right now, but this basically restricts the ability for someone to connect to your machine to just that specific program or game. So they don't have full reign over your system. Network, this is fine enough. Hotkeys, again, fine enough. Gamepad, my fight stick's not plugged in right now. So that's that. Now, you can either click share and it will give you a link, or you can come into your friends and drop the link that way, or you can connect to someone else's machine. Okay? If you give the link privately, then it's private. But if you just hit share, anyone can pretty much connect to your machine. Now, fuck off. Now, oh my God. Now, this is an updated version of Parsec Soda, so things are jankified. Now, in here, what this is, basically, obviously, this is your link. This is what you would give to someone that you want to connect to you. Latency limit, this is a new thing. Excuse me. This is a new thing. This was just introduced in the last update of Parsec Soda. It does exactly what it says on the screen. If you click this button, it turns your link into a public game. Anyone can join. Don't do that. Virtual gamepads. If you're having trouble with stuff getting connecting to your machine or recognizing gamepads, fight sticks, etc., hit this button. It'll basically refresh everything, and usually that fixes it. Beyond that, things that you're gonna want, again, set that FPS to 120, and this can go way beyond 50. You just, the sky's the limit here. The sky is the limit here. Now, audio, not important. Not important. Master of Puppets, this. Now, I don't have my stick plugged in right now, or it would show all the inputs, but this is where you would basically test to see if the other person, or maybe if you have multiple controllers or whatever, you can test them and decide. It'll tell you what player it's recognizing it as. And this, I've never had to use this, but this will basically switch between its own set of drivers for controllers and Windows set of drivers for controllers. Generally speaking, unless you're having issues, don't bother with it. And hot seats. This is basically for when you've got multiple people trying to do connected, or say a tournament or whatever. I personally don't use this, but this is essentially what it's for. And in guests, under guests here, when someone connects, it will show their account name right there. You have the option to block them from ever connecting, or you have the option to kick them. And that's basically that. Now, let's set this to 75. Now, obviously your guest slots, if you're playing Street Fighter, most of the time you're going to want to set this to 1. You're not going to want 1,000,001 people connecting to your machine without you knowing. Again, keep this set to private for most shit. And you're going to want to hit this button. Excuse me. You're going to want to hit this button. Once you hit that button, copy your link, paste that into someone, and what they're going to do, they're going to come in here and they're going to paste their link in right here. All right, and that's basically that's Parsec in a nutshell. So enjoy, like the video, and go fuck yourself. Okay.
I'm gonna need you to go fuck yourself. Okay.